And welcome back to Subculture. Well, now I'm going to take a look at a theatre production that was on recently at the MC Showroom. It was a great new play from a playwright that I think's got a very, very big future ahead of him. That playwright's name is Jason Economides, and the play was called No Reception, and this is kind of an amazing kind of play. Like, so many of you will know that I kind of like dark and foreboding kind of pieces of theatre, but this is more of a comedy, and I've got to say this really, really worked. It's comedy and theatre sometimes doesn't work, but this one really did, because I found myself laughing from the very beginning right through to the end. There was a laugh a minute in this production. Now, this should be a pretty simple story. Jade, played by Marissa Economou, and Sam, played by James Martin, love each other and are about to get married, but the play begins with their panicked wedding planner, Robin, played by Reese Carter, rushing around the stage on the phone out of his mind because Jade, Sam, and their crew of groomsmen and bridesmaids have all gone missing on the day of the wedding. Now, as he delivers the line, "I knew from the very moment I met them they would be trouble," we are taken back over the hilarious hellscape that Robin has been through with the group over the last few months. It all starts with an initial meeting that is quickly railroaded by the dreaded parents. Jade's mother, the overbearing Leanne, played by Maddie Theophanides, wants everything done her way, but not to be outdone, the promiscuous Kathy Juliet Nicholson wants everybody reminded that she is sleeping with just the right people to make this the perfect wedding. Then there are the dads, the joke-cracking Will, played by Gene Efron, and the henpecked Jonathan, played by Nathan Wright, who has no idea about his wife's man-hunting ways. Now, from there, the audience are then introduced to the rest of the trouble. There's Jade's bridesmaids, who include her alcoholic gay brother, Ruby, which Jason Economides plays. The virginal Amber, played by Star Skabarsky. Her ass-kissing friend, Bree, played by Bella Barker. And her very, very dumb sister, Eloise, played by Miller Pearl. Then there are Sam's groomsmen, the nerdy Brian, played by Alex Dimolowski. The entrepreneurial Hugh, played by Jay Bear, and the man-whore Cody, played by Reese Goering, and then there's the dim-witted Steve, played by Terry Damjanovic. Now, in most pieces of theatre, a cast this big would be a huge negative, but here I've got to say, thanks to the really talented writing skills of the writer, it becomes a huge advantage. Not many playwrights have the skill to keep every one of those characters interesting and in the minds of their audience throughout the production, but Economides manages to do that by making every character unique and I guess lovable in their own way as well. Now, I have no doubt that the writing of this play would have been a long process, a process that would have been involved making sure every laugh hit its mark, mapping out each character's journey through this mess of a wedding, and of course its lead up, and the result is a production that works remarkably well despite a cast of what at times feels like millions. Now, with the humour, there is nothing left unturned. There are outrageous stereotypes brought to the stage hilariously well by the likes of Maddie Theophanides and Alex Dimolowski. There are smart one-liners that always hit their mark. There's brilliant scenarios that just have the audience laughing out loud. There are so very few productions that I've seen over the years that have made me laugh the way that No Reception did. Like, the humour here is just, it's so rare. Like, it's the kind of humour that's normally reserved for film, like films like American Pie or Wedding Crashers. So the fact that the writer here and his assistant directors, Lara Doherty and Maddie Theophanides, have made it work so well in front of a live audience just makes me think that this team has an absolutely massive future ahead of them. But for me, what stood out the most, though, is just how memorable the characters were. As I look over the cast photos as I talk about them now, I find myself laughing again as I remember like each of these characters' funniest moments. And credit here must be paid to the cast members who really left a mark on my laughter scale. Miller Pearl steals the show as the pretty dumb Eloise, while Alex Dimolowski, Gene Afron, and Maddie Theophanides are just excellent comedic performers who never miss an opportunity to make their audience laugh. So with minimal sets and set design, it's the power of the word and the performance that makes No Reception so memorable. So yes, it's a little bit crass at times, but this is a production where there are no weak links amongst the cast and every joke hits its mark. So to be blunt, I think this is one of the funniest productions that we will see this year. So if No Reception gets another season somewhere, definitely go along and check it out, because this is a truly, truly remarkable production.